Hello everyone, in this tutorial we are going to learn how to install Parrot operating system on VirtualBox. So first, let's open the browser and then type Parrot OS. So here you'll see the first link named Parrot Security with the URL parrotsec.org. So click on that link and then you'll see the download option. And here we have many versions available. So we have the security edition, we have home edition for a normal desktop purpose, and we have a special hack the box edition which is recently updated by ParrotSec, and then we have cloud operating system, and we have an ISO configured for Raspberry Pi images. Okay, so as we are focusing on ethical hacking, we are going to install the security edition. So click on the download, or either you can use the torrent or you can directly download the ISO file. So I have already downloaded it. So let us see how to install VirtualBox. Just type VirtualBox. You'll see the first link, virtualbox.org. So click that and you will be forwarded to VirtualBox official website. So here you can see that the latest version of VirtualBox is 7.0. Just click that. And then you'll have many options for different operating systems. So we will be installing for Windows host.
Recording in progress.
So now here we can see that there are various packages. So we are going to install for Windows. So just click Windows hosts and just save the file, and then just go to the downloads and then double click on the file which has been installed for VirtualBox. So after that, you will be forwarded to the installation options. Just give agree and next, and you will be installed with VirtualBox. And this is how the VirtualBox looks like. So there are various options: new, add. This is for adding an existing virtual machine, and this is importing of VMs, and this is for creating new operating system. And here we can go for the general settings, and we can see there are various options available like storage and audio. And for network, we can configure a network for host only or bridged and various network types. And we can also check for the display, and we can enable the 3D acceleration. And then here we can view the amount of RAM we need and the amount of processors. And there are also many available options in the VirtualBox. So now we are going to install Parrot operating system. I assume that you all have installed the ISO file right now. So let's go with the next process. So now let us open the VirtualBox as an administrator. Okay. So to avoid many errors. So always run VirtualBox as an administrator. And then now we see an option called new. Okay. So click that menu, new. And then here we are going to name our operating system. I'm calling it as Parrot OS. And then in the next option, we have the folder name. So folder location. So in this folder option, we are going to give a location where we are going to save all the VMware VirtualBox files. So this virtual machine file will be stored in this folder. So as I have two separate SSDs, I am choosing the second SSD for my virtual machine. So I'm choosing this folder, and inside this folder only, all the virtual machine files will be saved. And then the ISO image. In this menu, we are going to choose the ISO image of the Parrot operating system, which we have installed earlier. Most probably for you, it will be in the downloads option. and then click next. So that's all. Here it is showing base memory and processors. Every time when we install a virtual machine, we give maximum of half amount of our existing hardware. So I have 32 GB of RAM. So I can give 20,000 MB, that is 20 GB. Okay. And then same goes for processor. I have 8-core processor, so I can allocate 4 processors for virtual machine. So half of the RAM and processors are given. And then just click next. Here is the virtual hard disk size. So we are going to allocate a storage space for our virtual machine. So I'm going to give 150 GB for my virtual machine. So that much storage is enough for me. So, and then give next. So that's all. This is the overall summary of what we have done before. And this is my virtual machine size and all other things. So just give finish. Now everything is completed. Let's check. And in the settings, we can see that we are given the base memory, 20 GB RAM, and then the processor I have given before. And then the main thing is the display. So the display is where we are going to work with the graphics part. So I'm going to give the maximum amount of video memory. Okay, this is the minimum amount. So I'm going to give the maximum video memory provided by VirtualBox. And then I'm going to enable 3D acceleration so that I can handle with the graphics. Okay, so I have enabled the 3D acceleration and then the maximum video memory. And then let's go to the storage. Here, this is the ISO file which we have given before, so it's correctly allocated. And then audio, I'm enabling the audio output. And then that's all. We have also various other options like a network adapter. Let's keep it in NAT itself. Okay, now just click OK. Now the virtual machine is successfully configured. Now let us start our operating system. Now the Parrot OS has power. It's powering up actually. The virtual machine is powering up right now. Here it's starting. So the first thing what we are going to do now is move the mouse inside this and click. Okay. Sometimes it asks for a dialog box. Just don't show it again and press OK. It's okay. The first thing what we are going to do is move the mouse here and then click it. So now choose the try or install option and then press enter. Now we have chosen the first option, try or install. Now the installation process is going to be started. The Parrot OS is booting right now. Okay, now you can see that this is actually half of the screen, right? See this. So it is in a minimum size. So if you want to maximize to a full screen, then you should press Control plus F. Okay. Now just press Control and press F. Now it has turned to a full screen. Okay. Again, to exit that, press Control plus F. Okay. Now you can see that the Parrot OS has booted successfully. Press Control plus F. So it is in Windows actually, right? So press Control plus F. So you will be directed to a full screen. If it shows a dialog box, press don't show it again and press OK. So now it's in the full screen. So now the Parrot OS is booted. So here we can see that various tools are being pre-installed. So this is actually not installed. Okay. We have just powered on. We have just booted our virtual machine, Parrot operating system. We have not installed it into our virtual hard disk. So to install the Parrot operating system, here you can see many options, many folders and menus. So here you see a menu called Install Parrot. Double click on Install Parrot. Okay. Now a window will be opened. So here, okay. Here we are going to choose, let it be as American English. Press next. Again, choose the location, whatever you want, and press next. Press next again. You don't need to change anything. Just here, just click on the second option, this first option, erase disk, and then let it be in no swap itself. Okay. So this is the option which we have choose and press next. That's all. Here, this is the name of our Parrot Linux, the username. Let it be as Parrot, and then the computer's name. I give it as VM and just set a password. If you want to log in automatically, you can just choose this option, but I don't suggest that. So let us press next. So that's all. This is again a summary of what we have done before. Okay, now it says that partition is going to be started if you press install. So this is what the disk looks like after you are installing. So this is what it says. So now just press install. It is prompting whether you want to install now. So we are going to choose install now. So the installation has been started successfully. So now the Parrot installation has started. After installing, it will ask us to reboot our operating system. And after rebooting our operating system, we are going to run basic update and upgrade commands. So let me show you later. It depends based on the operating system. It takes time to complete 100%. So let's wait and then continue with reboot.
Recording in progress.
So now it is asking for a restart. Let's choose done. Now the Parrot OS is going to reboot. So here it goes back to the first option itself. So what we should do is just power off the virtual machine, okay, and then go to the settings and then go to the storage and remove the disk from the virtual drive and then press OK. Now again start the operating system. Now it won't show the installation option. It will boot the Parrot OS directly. So here you can see that, right? The options are different here. So it didn't show the installation option. So choose the first option and press enter. A Parrot OS is successfully installed. So don't forget, after installation, it will ask a reboot. After rebooting, you must go to the settings and then you should make this as empty. You should remove the ISO file from here. Only then you will be able to go for the login. I mean, you will be able to enter into the Parrot operating system, or else it will again go back for the installation menu. So we should remove the ISO file from the VM. So now we have given the username and password earlier, right? So we should give the same password here. Okay. Now then press Ctrl plus F for full screen. So now our Parrot OS is successfully booted. Okay. In the next video, I'll show you the basic commands of Linux operating system